This is kind of a pretty little song for a change. Song. I had a dog that I had for many years. His name was Rags, and the way I found Rags was I was out walking one night and I saw this dog get hit by a car, and the car just passed over him and went on its way, and he was laying in the street, laid out, flat out, cold, and I thought, oh man, the dog's dead, you know. So I walked over to him and he was still breathing. So I'll make a long story short, I got my car and I had my wife go home. She picked up my car and we came back. We got a piece of plywood from one of the neighbors. We slid him onto the plywood because we didn't know what kind of injuries he had. And I was a medic in the Army, so I knew it would be a good way to transport him. We took him up to an emergency place and left him there, you know. And they said, well, he's not your dog, so we'll take care of him, and the Humane Society will pick him up in the morning. So the next day I called the Humane Society, and they said, we don't have any dog like that here. And I went, oh, man, I wonder if he died, you know. And so I had to wait till 6 o'clock for the emergency place to open up. It was only open in the evening. And so at 6 I called up there and I asked them. I said, no, I'm sorry. They said, it's kind of weird, but the Humane Society never showed up today. So he's still here. And I said, well, how's he doing? He said, well, he's hurt pretty bad, but he's stable. And, you know, so about 11 o'clock that night, I said to my wife, I just got to go see that dog, you know. So I got in my car, drove up there, and got there about 11:30. And I talked to the vet, and he said, well, he said he's got a compression fracture in a lumbar vertebrae. And I went, oh my goodness, because I had just recuperated from a compression fracture in a lumbar vertebrae. I think there's some divine intervention going on here. So I said, can I see him? So he said, oh, yeah, sure. So I went back, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and I said, that's my dog. I've got to have that dog. I don't care what I'm supposed to have him. So picked him up the next day, took him to another vet, and then carried him around for about a month and a half because he couldn't walk with the vertebrae and everything. And then one day he just got up to his feet and kind of hobbled around. After that, he was chasing the ball in the park. So I had him for 16 years. He was about 6 months old when I found him. So, and his name was Rags. So he's gone now, but I made up a little song about him. And go. He traveled with me every day. We drove the open road. He never seemed to do much, but he lightened up my load. And when we were together, we were happy as could be. I loved Rags, he was my boy, he tagged along with me. So tag along, old Ragsy boy, play tick-tock with your tail. That little stub wags back and forth as we ramble down the trail. Let's take a walk up to the park, a lazy summer day. Let's have a game of chase the ball, that's how we used to play. I like to think he's up in heaven, makes me want to cry. Sniffing at that golden fire hydrant in the sky. I think about him every day since time has set him free. Now he tags along with Jesus like he tagged along with me. So tag along, old Ragsy boy, play tick-tock with your tail. That little stub wags back and forth as we ramble down the trail. Let's take a walk up to the park, lazy summer day. Let's have a game of chase the ball, that's how we used to play. I know my road's not ended, and I have to move along. There's still some lessons left to learn, more verses to this song. But when my time is over and my body sets me free, We'll both tag along with Jesus like he tagged along with me. So tag along, old Ragsy boy, play tick-tock with your tail. That little stub wags back and forth as we ramble down the trail. Let's take a walk up to the park, a lazy summer day. Let's have a game of chase the ball, that's how we used to play.